Have you ever heard Einstein's definition of insanity? Continuing to do the same things over and over and over again while expecting different results. Welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. You are here on day number 5 of the 12 days of weight loss. Hello, welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. This is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, weight loss mindset expert, which is the most important piece if you want to fully succeed long-term with your food and weight issues. Mindset is 92.8% of the challenge, and I am the founder of the Inner Self Diet, which actually gives you a weight loss mindset. The Inner Self Diet is the diet that is not a diet. It's not a food diet. It's not an exercise program. Instead, the Inner Self Diet fixes the real problems, and the real problems are not about the food. When you heal the root of the real issues that continue to drive you to binge eat, emotionally eat, yo-yo diet, sabotage your weight loss, make you obsessed with food, make you eat out of control. When the root of these behaviors is healed, then you will break free. And that is the work that I do with my awesome, super smart coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. I've been doing this work since 2009, and it actually works every time. As long as you actually do the steps, of course, you've got to do the steps, follow the instructions, keep things really simple, and it works. My clients, they break free of their food and weight struggles in 8 weeks or less. And I'm so happy to be here with you today on day 5 of the 12 days of weight loss. I got this amazing idea, an inspiration to gift to you this very, very special sub-series of the JoLynn Braley Show, and it is the 12 days of weight loss. We started out with the introduction to the 12 days of weight loss. Now we're working our way through the 12 days. Each day has a simple lesson for you to complete, and then finally at the end, I will do a wrap-up for you, and you really want to get the worksheets for the 12 days of weight loss, because the worksheets will help you get the very most out of this exclusive sub-series, the 12 days of weight loss. And there's a worksheet for each day. Also, I give you extra prompts and some other steps to do in those worksheets to make sure that you're getting the very most out of each of these daily exercises. The way to get the worksheets is by opting in at fearlessfatloss.com/12 days. That's fearlessfatloss.com/12 days. That's the number 12 and then the word days. And then we will send you the emails to give you the links where you can download each worksheet for each day. Print it out, use pen on paper, and if you have listened to any of my episodes here on the JoLynn Braley Show, then you've heard me say over and over and over again that there is a connection that occurs between the head, the hand, and the heart when you write pen on paper. You cannot get that connection if you type on a keyboard. You don't get any connection if you just listen to me talk. So you really want to make sure that you are using pen on paper. And this is all of these suggestions that I've given you here today on this special episode, day 5 of the 12 days of weight loss. I know I've said several times, this is how you get the very most out of this episode today. I'm sharing these suggestions and this info with you because I'm trying to help you get the most out of this totally free weight loss series. Does that make sense? So that's what you need to do. Head on over to fearlessfatloss.com/12 days. Get on the email list, and then we will send you the emails so that you can download the daily worksheets. Now, if you are here with me right now on day 5 and you have not listened to the introduction and you have not completed day 1 or day 2, day 3, day 4, then here's another suggestion, another tip to get the most out of this completely free weight loss series. Start at the beginning, because each of these days build upon the next, all right? And as we go along, you'll be able to look back and see that the work that you've already done, it's going to become clearer and clearer how each of these days are building upon the previous. And then in the wrap-up, I'm also going to reiterate, and that'll be the 14th show of this whole series. In the wrap-up, I will clarify and reiterate for you how each of these daily exercises has all come together and why we've done them in order. But first, we've got to get through all 12 of these days. And here we are on day 5. Okay, so day 5, here is what you are writing pen on paper. And actually, even today, you're going to see why you have to have completed the previous days before you can do today's exercise. Okay? So you're writing pen on paper. What exactly are you doing different now? And you specifically need yesterday's worksheet to go back and look at everything that you wrote down. But then you also need day 3's worksheet, because day 3, that's where you wrote all of your weight loss excuses, and then you also use the extra prompts that I gave you in the worksheet. And then yesterday you wrote down on day 4, that was where you made your list of all of the things you've done in the past that you tried to do to lose weight. Those were the past weight loss failures. And I gave you the special get real prompts about that specifically in the worksheet. Okay, so you've got to get these worksheets to get these extras, because I'm not covering them in the audio portion of this free weight loss series, because you need to first do the written portion and then get the extra prompts, which you also need to work through in writing. I'm not giving you those extras in this audio portion because it won't be helpful to you until you first complete the first part. If you're using the worksheets, then what I'm saying right now makes sense to you. All right? If you're not using the worksheets, then opt in and get them, and then it will make sense. It's not difficult or anything. It's just that you need to do the first steps first. And then the extras that I give you in the worksheets, then you do that after you've done the first steps. Okay? Make sense? So yesterday you wrote down all of your weight loss failures, all the things that you've done in the past that didn't work, all the things that you've done to try to lose weight. I explained this better on day 4, and then also the accompanying worksheet, we go more in depth with that. So now the list is pen on paper. What exactly are you doing different? Okay, because here's the thing. You heard me say at the very beginning of today's episode, Einstein's definition of insanity. It is to continue to do the same things over and over and over again while expecting different results. That is Einstein's definition of insanity. And you know how many people out there right now, not you, I hope, but everybody else, what they're doing is they keep telling themselves, and they keep trying every Monday to recommit and stick with some new food diet, or they keep trying to recommit to an old food diet, and they're never actually getting anywhere. They're not getting fully to their end goal. They just keep taking maybe 2 steps forward, but then they take 5 steps back. And it just keeps going every week, 52 times in a year. So they make a little bit of progress, but then they fall back and then, oh, well, it's the weekend. And so I already blew it and I might as well just eat whatever I want and then I'll start again on Monday. Or I'll make a New Year's resolution to lose weight. And we all know where that goes. Okay. The masses of people that do make a New Year's resolution to lose weight, by the time January 15th comes, things are back to normal and it's just business as usual with the binge eating, the emotional eating, the food addiction, the food obsessions, and nothing has actually changed significantly. And unfortunately for all those folks out there who are struggling, not you, I hope, but all those other ones, they're going to continue to struggle because they haven't healed the root of the problem. You have to go to the root of the problem, and you've got to have the right tools and the right steps, and you really need a coach in your corner to be really, really smart about this, and also so that you can break free of your binge eating, your emotional eating, your food obsessions, your food addictions. Break free of this drama and the trauma and the frustration. Break free of this stuff as fast as possible. You've got to have an objective, qualified, highly skilled, highly trained coach in your corner who also has the proven system to help you plug into that immediately and help you walk through that system step by step by step by step. And you've got to have two-way communication. There has to be an accountability system in place. There has to be a path for you to walk so that you don't have to try to figure all of this stuff out on your own anymore, because how many years have you been trying to figure it out? Even though you're really, really smart and you've got great success in your career or in your business life, and you've been trying to analyze your way out of your food obsessions and your inability to stick with that healthy eating plan and your inability to stop the emotional eating and stop the late night binges. And no matter how much information, how many books, how many seminars, doesn't matter how much info you've collected, you still haven't broken free. But what you haven't done, what is completely different, and that is to get coaching with the right coach and get real with yourself, get totally honest with yourself, and make the commitment, make the decision that you deserve better and that you're not going to waste any more time struggling with this stuff because it's too painful and it's a waste of time and it's a waste of your life and you deserve better, right? So when you are writing your exercise today, when you're completing today's exercise, what you are striving for is you are writing down and not just writing these things down, but you've really got to get committed to it. Words don't mean anything. Only action is meaningful. If you say, oh, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, but you're eating cake and brownies and cookies, those behaviors and the words don't match up. And it doesn't matter what you say, it only matters what you do. So even with this exercise today, when you are writing pen on paper, all of the things, or it doesn't even have to be a lot of things, it could be one or two things, but they have to be significant enough that they're very different. They're very, very different from all those things that you wrote on your list yesterday and on your worksheet especially when you review the get real portion of what you completed on day 4, and that was specifically on the worksheet. Remember, if you want to get these worksheets and you don't already have them, opt in at www.fearlessfatloss.com/12 days to get those worksheets for each of the days of the 12 days of weight loss. Okay, so you've got to get clear now on day 5. What are you going to do different starting now? And also make sure that what you are clarifying for yourself of the different steps that you're going to take now, it can't be just about food. We all know. I mean, we all have common sense. And we all have the awareness that the only way that you're going to lose weight and keep it off is you must change your eating habits. You must change what you're eating, how much you're eating, what kind of food you're eating, the quantities, when you're eating. You need to be eating only when physically hungry, stopping when physically full. Okay, these are just basic things that make up a healthy lifestyle. So, yes, you have to make those changes, but you've got to go beyond that if you want these changes to last. So, really, what you're looking for here is you've got to make sure that you are taking very, very different steps now to heal the subconscious patterns that have been sabotaging you. You've got to be doing the very, very different inner self steps to heal the root of what drives you to make such unhealthy choices. And you've got to be taking action each day with the inner self proven steps to heal the root of what drives you to keep using food for comfort. All right? You've got to be taking action with these steps that are not logical. They don't make logical sense. Like, the work that I do with my coaching clients in the inner self diet, some of it seems very maybe strange in a way because it's not logical. It's not mathematical. And there's a reason why you've never been able to figure out and logically analyze your way out of your unhealthy eating behaviors. Your eating disorders are not going to go away with logic. This is why it's true that you are super smart and you're successful in your business or your career life, but this is why you haven't been able to logically analyze your way out of your food and weight struggles using that same intelligent mind. You get what I'm saying? Making sense? So the best way to put your super smart, logical mind to work is in getting the right coach and committing to doing the inner self steps to heal the root of the unconscious, subconscious drivers and patterns and the limiting beliefs, the negative fat self-image, all of these things that are going on inside of you that have been holding you back and sabotaging you and keeping you stuck. All right? So what are you doing different now? You're looking for the very, very different so that you do not stay stuck in insanity. Remember, insanity, as Einstein said, is continuing to do the same things over and over again. Continue to tell yourself that a new food diet on Monday, that it's all going to work out. Continue to tell yourself that a New Year's resolution will make it all better. All these things that you've done over and over and over again, and continuing to look to those same things to give you different results. That is Einstein's definition of insanity. So on day 5 of the 12 days of weight loss, you've got to clarify and come up with these very, very different steps that you are committing to doing now daily going forward that are going to break you free of the unhealthy results and the unhealthy behaviors that you have been swirling in and stuck in for how many years? Okay, it was either on day 3 or day 4 that I gave you the exercise of how to determine how many years you've been struggling with this entire food and weight topic. And if you're like myself and all of my coaching clients, you started struggling with this in childhood. So you can go back to day 3 or day 4, however, to complete that extra step that I gave you. And actually, I will make sure that I also included that in that day's worksheet. That is a very good idea. So if it's not already in there, I will go back to that worksheet and edit it and make sure that it's in there, because that's something to make sure that you're really, really clear on, because that's one of the reasons why so many of the others out there, all those millions of people, why they're still struggling. Another reason why they're still struggling, there's several reasons, but another one is because they still think that a food diet is the solution to all of their food and weight struggles. And I'll say it again. I have said this, I don't know how many hundreds of times on these episodes of the JoLynn Braley Show. I might have even said it already once today here on day 5. But the truth and the fact is that absolutely you do have to change your eating habits and also your exercise behaviors, your exercise regime. You've got to be living a healthy lifestyle, meal after meal, day after day, month after month, year after year, in order to not just get the weight off, but keep it off. It can't just be a short-term diet or a cleanse or something that is unsustainable. What makes it struggle-free to live a healthy lifestyle is a weight loss mindset. That is 92.8% of the solution right there. And that's why I do the work that I do with my coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. So back to what I was saying, you do have to change your eating habits. Totally, totally true. In order to lose weight and keep it off, and it's got to be a healthy lifestyle to maintain this for the rest of your life. But if you have not healed the root of what made you fat in the first place, a food diet is not enough. The food diet is the guide plan, I guess you could call it, for what to do on the physical side of things once you have the 92.8% in place. If you have not handled the 92.8%, which is all about your inner world, then it doesn't matter how many times you attempt to paste a food diet on top of that big iceberg. The food diet isn't strong enough to get through what is 92.8% of the problem. Does that make sense? Okay? So if you want long-term success, if you want to have a healthy relationship with food, if you want to stop binge eating, if you want to stop emotional eating, if you want to lose weight and keep it off, if you want to be normal with food, if you want to feel fantastic about yourself, if you want to get up in the morning and be excited about your day and feel good in your own skin, then you've got to heal the root of the real problems. And the real problems are not the food. The food is just the tool that you use to try to get through life. You lean on it when food is not supposed to be used for that. Food is actually fuel for the human body. Okay? Are you following me? Is this making sense? Are you getting it? So, if you want to actually get these results as fast as possible, if you want struggle-free weight loss, if you want to stop wasting time, if you want to make sure that you do not let another year go by and get to the end of this upcoming year still struggling with the same old stuff, but feeling 10 times worse about yourself because you didn't keep the New Year's resolution to lose weight, if you want to give yourself the best gift you could ever give yourself, which is a gift that will never expire, it will never go out of style, it's not going to spoil and get moldy, and it's not going to break. It's the gift of true core inner self transformation so that you can finally break free of your food and weight struggles. If you want to get this done and get these results in 8 weeks or less, then your first step is to go to www.discovery-session.com, www.discovery-session.com. Opt in there, and then on the next page, complete the application for a complimentary weight loss discovery session with me. You need to complete that application to find out if we can schedule you for a call for a complimentary weight loss discovery session one-on-one privately with me to find out where you're at, what you want, what is stopping you, and where you want to go. Because I cannot get on the phone with just everybody that wants to say hi, I've got very limited time, just like I'm sure you do. If this is really important to you and you believe that you deserve better, if you believe that you are worth enough to stop struggling with this food and weight issue, then start now, get going, get it done at www.discovery-session.com. I will be back tomorrow on day 6 of the 12 days of weight loss, where we're going to go on to another lesson in this totally free weight loss series, the 12 days of weight loss. Remember that if you want the worksheets to get the extra prompts and the extra tips, the insights, so that you can get the very most out of this free weight loss series, the 12 days of weight loss, then head on over to www.fearlessfatloss.com/12 days to opt in for the daily worksheets. I know that you're super smart, and if you are really cool, and if you are very serious about transforming your inner self so that you can stop the binge, so that you can stop the emotional eating, so you can finally lose weight and keep it off. If you want to stop wondering why you're so smart, why you're so cool, why you're so successful professionally, but you've never been able to get this food and weight thing under control on your own, then I would be very interested to talk with you and see, hey, would it be a good mutual fit for us to work together? And also, I will help you personally to get through the 12 days of weight loss, because I know that the number one challenge that all of my weight loss coaching clients have is the challenge of taking the time for themselves each day without feeling guilty about it, and taking the time to actually follow through for themselves. So it's very possible that you're listening to the 12 days of weight loss, but you're not actually doing the steps. You're telling yourself you're going to, and you have good intentions, but you're not taking the time. You're not doing it. And that's not going to get you anywhere. So if we work together personally to end your food and weight struggles in 8 weeks or less, then I can actually help you to also get through the 12 days of weight loss, so that we can help you get the very most out of this totally free series, but take it 10x to the 10x level. All right? Because we will have two-way communication, and you'll be able to tell me where you're getting stuck and what you're not clear on and where you need help. All of that extra that there's no way that the other people who are just listening to my podcast, they cannot get that just from this podcast. But you can get it when you are working with me personally in the Inner Self Diet, because then we've got that two-way communication. Nobody else can get that just from this free weight loss podcast. So to get that good stuff and to end your food and weight struggles in 8 weeks or less, start by going over to www.discovery-session.com. I'm JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the transformational, empowering, kick-ass Inner Self Diet. I wish you your best life living inside of your ideal body.